good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I'm Amber. November 8th, 2024. So, yesterday, let's just say, I hyper-focused on one thing, and I almost have it done. Let's see, yesterday was Thursday. So, what did we do on Thursday? Well, we just kind of got up, did our school, got it done super fast again. Well, except for the older two. They take till about lunchtime, which is par for the course. But while I was sitting around waiting for them to get their school done and helping them with their school and stuff, I worked on my Ruana. I told you I'm gonna finish this thing. Let's see. This is the first. You know what? Let me pull them apart here. I have them folded together. So this is the first one that I finished. This is the first one, the first panel. Got something stuck to it. I'll set it over here. This is the second panel. Looks very similar, just a little different with the how much black, where the black is and stuff. I did a little color controlling on this one only because I was running out of my second cake. No, I was on my second cake. And it was, the colors were not lining up right. I was going to have a whole lot of, like, in here, like way, like a whole lot more than what's here. So I actually cut it, rewound it, worked my way till I was done with somewhere in here, and then added this on from the inside of the stuff I caked that I cut and pulled off, so that way the color sequence and ombre effect that is going would work right. So I think it turned out great. It's a slight, when I laid them out on top of each other, when I hung them, you know, held them up to each other, even with a little bit of stretch, this one's just a slight bit off. But I'm hoping that when I sew them together, and when I'm wearing it, or when whoever's wearing it, it won't be noticed. And I'm just gonna put it out there. So these are pieces I had left over from cakes that this is the leftover black from the cake that I cut off and used to finish the color sequence on this one. So I think I'm going to use this to sew up because all four of my edges are black. And I think I have enough here. I only have to sew up half of two of the sides together, whatever two insides I have together, and then with this I should have enough with what I have here. And then I have another cake. I need to recake it because it's a full cake, I think, because I never used this one, but I need to fix the yarn barf that's going on with it, because I was pulling centers out to see what colors were in the center. So I have, or no, I pulled this off the outside. No, I pulled it up from the inside. Never mind. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Did I pull a little bit from the outside? Because it almost looks like I have some missing from the outside too. Actually, I guess I don't need to redo this. I can just kind of stuff it back in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just kind of, it'll be alright. It's fine. We're all fine. And then I just, leave the beginning tail out. I think we're good. I just need to go find one of my ball bands and put it on here so I know what this is. I mean, I should remember, but we all say we should, right? And then this is just extra. So I have just a few little strands of extras. So I'm gonna sew these together, and maybe by this afternoon when you visit us at Finish It or Focus on It Fridays, I'll have it finished. Because I just finished it last night, right before I had to leave the house. I could have sewn it up, but I was like, I don't want to bring it with me, and I don't want to sew it up with black yarn. Now, I have my neck light. I could have used that, but just in the, the lighting's just not the greatest, even with that, in my car at night. So, with all, with it being the time change, it gets dark at like 5. So, I didn't want to, I just didn't want to. I was like, you know what? I got to take a little bit of a brain break from it. Its body is completed. I just got to sew it together. So I took this project with me and worked on it. So I'm just going to show you, I'm getting a little further on the green. I'm trying to visualize, I think this was a bigger skein of black that I put in here. So I'm thinking this green should come out about as thick as this, if not slightly thicker. I don't know. So I was showing this to the Zoom group for Juan's members last night, and I was asking about colors, because I don't have the pink left and I don't have the orange left. And I was telling them all this, and I said I have this, I have all these colors but the blue, or but the orange or the pink. My daughter walks out with the pink, and I'm like, well, thank you. That gives me an option. So these are my 2 options for after the green. I was actually thinking of doing the pink. I think it would pop a little bit more, and then filling in with the blue if I need to, which I don't know. There's quite a bit of this pink left. We'll see how far it goes. And then we'll even see how far, I don't know. It's hard to tell how much I'm gonna need. So, because I still have, yes, and this is how most of my daughter's skeins are, they're a mess. They're always a mess when I get them from her or when I'm looking in her room. It's crazy. I still have probably at least half I had squished, but there's still quite a bit of this left. I don't know that I'm gonna get all 3 colors in here, so I don't know. Again, it's hard to tell for me. I can't visualize how far this whole green is gonna go, because it was a brand new full skein. I don't know, the black was a caked up black that I don't remember if it was obviously used some, but I don't know that it was a full amount like the big twist. I don't know. We'll see. It's turning out cool though. So so this is my next row is starting here. Come on now. I don't know if I can get it all in the frame, but I kind of can. It's less than my arm span across, but it's still quite a ways across. I don't know. Again, I'm bad at visualizing these things. So, yeah, that's what I got for you today. I think I'm going to crochet on this. Oh, and by the way, on Amazon, they have a set of, well, they have a bunch of scissors that you can buy, but I specifically looked up embroidery scissors, and I found a set of 4. Now, the reason I did the 4 is because I have decided that I want to have multiple notion bags, so that way I can have one in each of my, okay, I'm not going to have a dozen of them. I just want to have at least a handful of project bags, of notion bags for my project bags, baskets, totes, whatever they're in. And I want to have a pair of scissors and a couple darning needles in these pouches, so that way I can, because there's been a few times here lately, not all, now I've been really good about just bringing this pouch with me wherever I go. I covered it up, hold on. I am usually pretty good about bringing this wherever I go, because it has all of my stitch marker, or my, you know, not my nice ones. All my nice ones are hanging up right there. But like all the, you know, the cheapy stitch markers, and I've got my darning needles and my, you know, my scissors and all my hooks and stuff in here. I don't want to buy a whole bunch of these to have in each bag. So what I'm doing is I bought, it should be here today, I bought a set of 3 clear pencil pouch, zipper pouch thingies that I can put a hook in, and it's, you know, it's just a size of a pencil pouch. It's, you know, a couple inches, like 3 or 4 inches tall, you know, it's not huge, but it'll be just big enough and to visually see it, not lose it. I got brightly colored ones, a hook. All of my hooks should fit in these pouches, because, you know, if the pencil can fit in it, my hooks should fit in it. So my hook will go in it, a pair of these scissors, and then the next thing I need to work on getting is something, I don't know, something small that I can put a handful of stitch markers in, and a couple darning needles, you know, you gotta have a few, because you always lose something in them. And so that way I can have multiple, like just a little notions pouch with just what I need for that project. And then this thing can literally just sit here and not, you know, get lost in the house or whatever. Or I have to sit here and go, what project bag did I last have that in, you know? So it's mostly been sitting right here. And so like I'll be downstairs working on something going, my darning needles are upstairs, or my stitch markers are upstairs, or my scissors are upstairs. But I do have a pair of scissors, you know, big handled ones downstairs on my desk, and those work. But I don't know, I like these. Anyway, my whole point about starting with these, I found a set of 4 of these. And I want to say that I bought them for, oh, and I also got, where did I put it? I got myself one of these clover pendant things, cutters, yarn cutters. That's the one side. It has 2 sides to it, and then it has needles and yarn on the other side with clover. Clover on both sides, I believe. No, Japan, it has Japan with the needles and yarn, and then it has clover with the flowers, with the clovers. But I bought this for myself to take with me when I travel on a plane, because the likelihood of being able to take these on the plane, probably not good, if I had to guess. So if I bring any of these, they're gonna go in my checked baggage, not on the actual, not with me on the plane. So where did this, oh, this was in here. So I bought this. I need to make myself a pendant to put in it, or not put in it, but to wear it. I need to either make it with yarn or something, so that way I can wear it as a necklace, and be able to cut yarn if I need it. You know, the likelihood of actually needing to cut yarn while I'm on the plane, I don't think I'll need to, but we are going to be on a plane for a really long time, for several hours at a time. So I may actually finish something while I'm on the plane, who knows? I'm thinking I'm gonna take my cotton yarn and just work on Christmas presents. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, okay, My squirrel, I keep squirreling. So these, I bought these off of Amazon for a set of 4. Look at these. These are really cute. They're not the, you know, the storks or anything like that, but they're nice. They got some detail on the handles. And they are like hard. Like these are heavy. For as little as they are, they're heavy. Now, they're hard to use because they're so small, you know. But for cutting yarn, you know, they work pretty good. But I got a set of 4 of them. I want to tell you guys, I think I got a set of 4 of these and my clover hook, or my clover pendant, for, what was it, 20 something dollars. I want to say these were 13 for 4 of these. That's not bad. Like, so if you took, let's just say 15. Let's do 12. Or, I mean, we could do 16 if we really wanted to. So let's, you know, if we're 14, we'll go up to 16. That's $4 a pair of scissors, but they were actually less than that. I want to say they were 14, $13.99 or something like that for a set of 4 of these. And then they were wrapped individually with plastic, and then they had little tubes on the tips here. Well, those tubes aren't going to stay on if you use these little leather covers, and so they come with these too. And so each one has its own. I have another one right here. The other 2 are downstairs. So here are 2 of them. This is the silver one, and this is the gold one. So it's a very light gold. It's hard to pick it up. So the gold actually stops. It looks like it stops right about here. And so the scissors themselves are silver. So, and then I got an oil spill colored one, iridescent colored one. And then there was, see here, listen. Like, they're metal. Like, these suckers are heavy for little scissors. Oh, what was the other one? I got the oil spill one, the silver, the gold. Oh, and like a light version of this, like a teal, like a tealy color. Very pretty. So yeah, I got those. And then I got my pencil pouches coming today. They're basically, I mean, they're like the size of this, but they're clear. And they have a zipper across the top, not all the way around like this. This is a pencil pouch, which I could use in a project bag. I just haven't. So I do have this as an option. And then I still have a bunch of my 31 pouches I've had around forever. I love these little pouches. I use these mostly for my crochet stuff or pens, or I have a couple in my purse, you know, for feminine items. And then I have another one with like just my little, I don't know what you call it, like I have like a nail buffer. I have my little pill bottle of like ibuprofen, Tylenol, and chapstick, you know, so that way it's in a little pouch and it's not just flowing, you know, flying all over inside my purse, and then it's kind of contained into a smaller area. This one's one of my favorite. This one actually used to be my crochet pouch for the longest time. It's now become pens. I have Amazon basic felt tip pens in there, so that's what's in there. But anyway, I use those as my little pouches, but I wanted to get clear ones for some reason, so I got a set of 3, and I think they were like $8. They're Mr. Pen brand. Mr. Pen brand is a decent brand. Their pens are good. The Mr. Pen pens are good. Let's see, we're at 19. Let's do some crocheting. Let's sit back and relax, y'all. Because Because really, to be honest, I want to get done with this moss stitch. I love the moss stitch, but I want to be done with the C2C moss stitch that I'm working on here. So, let's see. I can recall a couple of the questions that I wrote down. They're still downstairs, written on a post-it pad. Jess, Miss Londa Rose, I think it is. Sorry, Jess. She asked me, she's like, here you go. I got you some topics. And so she asked, so what was it? When and why did I start crocheting? So for those of you that are new and haven't heard, I started crocheting, and the only thing for me about remembering my journey is remembering it. So we were in the Navy. My husband was the enlisted person. I was the wife, but you know, the families are still in the Navy too, or in the military too. So I was the military support system. I made some amazing friends, but anyway, we were at our first duty station in Charleston, South Carolina, but we were actually at the base in Goose Creek, which is a suburb of Charleston, on the outskirts of Charleston. And you know, he was going to the nuclear power school there, learning how to become a nuke electrician, submariner. He ultimately became a submariner because he went on 2 submarines. Thank goodness he did not. Now they give them preferential choices. So like you can write down like, this is what I want, and then they go off of that. But if they can't make the number 1 choice work, they try to make your number 2 choice work, whatever. God blessed us with all our first choices. We were just in at the right time and he had the right kind of sway, you know, because he just did well, that he was able to go where he wanted to. Anyway, while we were there, we met, you know, I met other Navy wives with their husbands going through the same school, and you know, we got to be friends, and one in particular we hung out with quite a bit. Hi out there to those, if you're watching this, I doubt it, but hi to my old friends. I haven't talked to them in years. We kind of, you know, lost touch after we moved away. It happens. But anyway, I honestly don't know how it very specifically got started. All I know is for the longest time I had been wanting to try it and learn it, and I thought it was neat. I'm a very kind of I don't know that I call myself creative, but I guess I am a creative, artsy fartsy kind of person. Every time I say artsy fartsy, if you guys have seen the movie Robots, I believe Robin Williams is one of the I don't know, was Robin Williams one of the robot voiceovers? But what was the other guy's name? Oh, I can see him right now and I can hear his voice. I'm gonna have to look it up. Anyway, there's a cartoon movie called Robots. And there's Aunt Fanny. Every time I say artsy fartsy, I hear the little yellow robot. I can't think of what her name is. The girl robot. Oh, Amanda Bynes, is that the right name? Was her voice. Anyway, so anyway, like, you know, I just wanted to learn, and so I kept dragging my feet. I just never did. And this one friend of mine, decided she wanted to learn. And so I was like, well, hey, why don't we do it together? You know, kind of thing. I think it very well could have went down differently. Like I said, I don't remember the details of how it actually happened. I just remember going, oh, let's do this, you know, let's learn. And so I don't think she got into it nearly as much as I did, but she definitely started. But yeah, so I got books, and I don't remember when YouTube came around. I don't think I used it. It was around when I started, I think. But there were very little crochet people videos, tutorials out there. My goodness, today it's almost overwhelmingly too many videos, to the point like I have this, you know, the FOMO is a real thing. And so like when I'm looking up patterns on YouTube or Pinterest or Ravelry or wherever, I get overwhelmed, because it's like I want to, you know, like I find a pattern and I go, ooh, I really like that one. But then I go, well, let me keep scrolling, because maybe, just maybe, there might be another pattern out there that's better. And so it almost stresses me out. Like, when I first started, it was, to be honest, because Bag O'Day, she's only been on YouTube, I think, what, 10 years now? I started longer, like 5 years plus before that. And I want to say Mikey from the Crochet Crowd was the first crochet channel I ever discovered on YouTube. So he was one of my teachers, the people I went to learn. And so I want to say that my middle child's baby blanket is not based off of, but is, no, actually, no, it's not. It's a pattern, it's like a fairy pattern I found, but I made it in like boy colors, what I call boy colors. It looks very Mexicana. The blanket it has a very Mexican feel to it, with with the way their color and their ceremonial dress, like costumes that they wear. It has a very mariachi feel to it. I love it. It's awesome. I'll have to go find it and show it to you guys maybe Monday. But I'm pretty sure that one was based off of there's a blanket pattern out there that was called Fairy something. But I liked all the texture and detail in it, and so I used it, but just changed it with, my own colors. I did my own thing back then. Well, that wasn't that long ago. That was 10 years ago. Anyway, but yeah, Mikey from the Crochet Crowd, and books like this book, right? This was one of the books. I'm going to cover up this word. So just, it's stitch in, it rhymes with this, but just replace the st with a B. Stitch and crochet, happy hooker. Like, this was one of the books that it's got a bunch of patterns in it, but in the beginning, it has a lot of like stitches. It's like a stitch dictionary kind of thing. It's got stitch by stitch instructions, so clear anyone can learn to crochet, even a knitter. It does have a knitter's handbook, and then there's a companion book too, but I only have this one. But this was one of the books, and the reason, well, I shouldn't say the reason. This is actually my second copy. Somehow or another, I got rid of my first one. Don't ask me how, but I found this on thriftbooks.com and got myself another one. Oh, that is not going back in there. So anyway, whew, we're at 29 minutes, and I haven't even finished a row, y'all. we're gonna finish a row, then we'll get off. So like books like that, and YouTube. That was my, well, very little on YouTube. So like, you know, I was always on Pinterest looking for stuff. But I have to say that over the years, I would get in these spurts and I would crochet a whole bunch, or I'd start a blanket and it would take many months for me to finish. I was not a very quick crocheter at all. It more so because I just took my time. I took a lot of time to get things done. and so I would go through these spurts of crocheting. Like I would almost go months. I think at some point I was down to a couple years where I wasn't crocheting much. And it wasn't until a year ago I decided I wanted to start crocheting. Like I had been, you know, had not been crocheting over the warmer months. I was one of those that stopped crocheting during the summer months, the spring summer months. I would crochet all the way up until like May or something. I don't know. And then I would stop or something. But I honestly can't remember last year before now, if that makes sense. So like, I can't remember what September, October looked like. But around November, I decided I wanted to make some amigurumis for my kids. I made so November is my middle child's birthday month, so he was the first one. And so I made him a dinosaur, a triceratops, and then my youngest wanted a dinosaur, so I made him and he wanted a rainbow one, so I compromised with him and said, okay, fine, I'm gonna make you a black dinosaur with the spikes on the back being in the rainbow color. And the pads on his feet were rainbow colors. Because I don't know, I was like, I don't really want to make a rainbow dinosaur. So I made him that, and then my daughter wanted something, and so I found a horse, and I made her a horse. It turned out a little smaller than theirs, but it's still adorable. And ever since then, sometime around November, I discovered Juan the Yarn Addict, and it has literally been history ever since. It has been the most amazing journey I've had in the last year, or not in the last year, over the last year. Like, I have met so many new people. I've got so many new friends on YouTube, and, you know, Juan and Jess, thank you for the topic ideas. And, you know, it's just been fun. And I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for years, and I finally found a topic that I could actually have. You kind of just can't even see what I'm crocheting here. I'm like sitting up here with it down here. I had finally found something that I enjoy and can share with others and bring joy to others. It really blesses my heart and makes my heart feel so full when you guys tell me that you enjoy this and it brings you joy and inspiration and all this, and that you guys like what I do. And so yeah, it's been fun. And oh my goodness, like I said, I used to do a project here, like this one project right here would take me a whole year to finish. Or maybe not quite that long, but weeks, months, whatever. And now, in the last 8 months since I started doing this, well, 7 months. 7 months. In the last 7 months, I have started and finished more things in the last 7 months than I have over well, I shouldn't say than I have over the last 15 years, but like the amount of things I've made over the 2 decades almost that I've been crocheting, almost equal, I want to say, how much I've made in just the last 7 months. Like, I have finished seven blankets in 7 months. That's crazy, but they're not huge blankets, but still, like, and I got a reading shawl done, I've got 2 bags done, so a scarf, a couple scarves done, a whole bunch of hats. It's just, wow, I have done a lot of stuff, and I have not been keeping track of it very well either. I'm trying to do better. That's why I have that notebook, and it's just, I think it's downstairs right now. So that's why I'm trying to keep track of what I'm doing, so I can look back and go, wow, I've made all that? So I know my YouTube can show me, but that's a lot of videos to go back through and see all that stuff. So I'm gonna get off here, get this video uploaded. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, over at Mama Wench, aka Marianne, today at 1 p.m. Central, her and I will be doing our Finish It or Focus on It Fridays. 1 p.m. Central. Mama Wench, aka Marianne. Most of you already know where her channel is. If you haven't subscribed to her channel, please do, because she's amazing and she's fun to follow. I can't wait to see what she does with this blanket. These blankets that she's making on her Addie for these 2 little ones. So don't forget, friends, it's a beautiful day to be kind and positive, and go make something beautiful, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.